Hello, page dominators. It is Ryan Perry here, along with my partner in crime, Michael Mattis. Hello, Michael.
Well, it helps if I take my microphone off. Hey, Ryan, how you doing today, man? Happy, what is today? Friday. Happy TGIF.
It's Friday, man. It is TGIF. Definitely looking forward to it. We talked last time about YouTube and how you can optimize basically how you optimize uploading the video, how you incorporate keywords into the title and the description, make sure you have a URL link back to your website, incorporating the HTTP. And those are all great tips in order to get your video found on the first page of Google. But there's actually some additional tips that we weren't able to cover, in that last video. And we're going to take care of that now. So you've got a couple of additional tips that you'd like to discuss.
Yeah, so our last video, I mentioned that there's actually checklists that I use. There's like 11 things that I do every single time I upload a video. And I use this checklist to make sure that it's fully optimized. And last time we talked about, as you identified, the file name, putting the keywords and title and so forth. So today what I want to talk about is actually working on the description and how to optimize the description and a couple other things you can do so that you're sending signals to the search engines as to what your video is about, which will help, rank your content, specifically videos. So that's what I want to talk about today. You want me to go ahead and share my screen?
Do you have so we can actually see you doing it? Can you do a screen share of a video?
Yeah, so let me go ahead and share my screen right now. So let's see, screen 2, share. Let me know when you can actually see my screen there, Mr. Ryan.
Yep, I see it, advertising on Google.
Yeah, so what I want to use just as an example, let me get out of this here. Just as an example, we have a video that has ranked pretty well on the search engines. In fact, within our course, Page Domination Marketing Blueprint, I reference this video a lot because it has brought us a lot of views. It's actually made us a lot of money, and it was very easy for us to produce this type of video. So today I want to talk about, how to actually optimize. Last time we mentioned how important it was to put the keyword in, and in this case, the keyword was advertising on Google. So I put it here in the title. I also have advertising on Google the right way. So again, if you can see my cursor, I've utilized the keyword twice. Obviously, it's advertising on Google. The file name, incidentally, on this video was also advertising on Google. So again, we're giving strong signals or messages to the search engines as to exactly what this video is. So the other thing too, and we talked about this in last video, is here, if you can see this, can you see this, Ryan? My little cursor here.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so in the very first sentence, again, I have advertising on Google. So again, I want to make sure I'm sending signals to the search engines. And then I'm going to start to optimize. So what I always want to do is you put the title, the keyword in the first sentence, write little paragraph. And again, you want to make sure it's relevant to the keyword. In this case, it's advertising on Google. So if you find this video, all this information here is relevant to the keyword. And we use different variations of the keyword advertising in Google. For example, here I have Google advertising. Of course, the keyword is advertised on Google, but different variations or synonyms of that would be, Google advertising, because you want to, make sure it's more natural. Don't just, bury the information with the same keyword over and over again because it's too obvious. So use different variations. So what I've done here so that it ranks is if you scroll all the way down, and I'm not going to read it to you in this lesson here, but we've actually typed in a complete description of the keywords, in this case, advertising on Google, and we actually typed 700 words. So back in the day, you can probably write 100 words, or you can just probably put some keywords and it would work. Well, today, the search engines are much smarter, so you want to make sure you write the content so that it's user-friendly so your audience can review it. Also, you want to have enough words in there. We like to go about 700 to 750 words in here so that you are, explaining what this video is about. So does that make sense so far? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I guess the big question is the content that you put in the description, is that unique content, or are you simply transcribing the audio from the video?
That's actually an excellent question. So, people talk many times, and if you search the internet, it talks about duplicate content. So, it's always a good idea that it's original content. If you're going to write an article And like, for example, this little video here is, you know, a minute long. Let me click on that. Is a minute long. This content here is a lot more than a minute long video. A minute long video is probably 100 words. This is 750 words. So it does not, in this case, match what the video is saying. So this is written as original copy or content about this video. Now, if this video was, you know, 2 or 3 minutes long and I had 300 words or 400 words, I might copy that content and put it here in description with some more language to explain what the video is about as well too. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. And I think the key thing to recognize is that, you know, if you want to do this right, you really need to put in some extra word. But ultimately, you know, I kind of use the old example from as far as how Google works is the old, well, Wikipedia today. I was going to say the old books of knowledge, you know, you had to go look into before Wikipedia came out. But one of the reasons why Wikipedia ranks so high is the amount of valuable content that's on their website. And essentially, the more value that you can put into your YouTube page or, you know, anything else that you do, it's just going to drive your ranking.
Yeah, you know, absolutely right. And, you know, so content is king. We certainly talked about that before. The other thing I want to talk about, Ryan, is because we get this question asked a lot. Okay, so we wrote the content here. There's 700, 750 words in here. How many times should we place the keywords? And I know there's a debate on that. What I like to do is I don't want to overstuff it. There's a lot of people out there that just overstuff their videos, and their videos might rank, you know, quickly for a short period of time. But, you know, we always like to do things to, you know, for longevity. We like to do things right so it doesn't get penalized. And we're going to tell our audience the same strategies. Don't do things to manipulate the search engines because you're not going to be able to outsmart them. Do things right. So what I like to do is when you write the 700, 750 word article, you know, you put different variations of keywords in here. And I like to target between 2 and 5% keyword density. You know, some people like to crank it up to 30, 40%. That's overkill. Your video will get penalized. It will get turned down. So again, 2 to 5%. 5% is a little bit more on the aggressive side. 2% is conservative. But as long as you stay within that range, you're okay. So what does that mean, Ryan? That means if the keyword is advertising on Google, well, here's one time it shows it. Here's one time, you know, Google advertising is another variation. If I keep on going through here, I see the word advertising here, free advertising on Google. I see it here, advertising on Google again here, advertising on Google, and different variations of it. I use it up to, you know, 5% of the time. So keyword density, 5%. 100 words would be 5 times. 100 words, you know, on a conservative level will be 2%. Does that make sense as well?
Yeah, it totally makes sense. And you really want to be careful with that, not only from a Google point of view, but also a reader, the readership side of things. You know, when I always talk to clients about SEO, I always tell them that SEO is not absolute. Just because the rules of engagement right now are to do this, that doesn't necessarily make it right if it is going to affect the reader. You know, essentially, if you turn somebody off, it doesn't really matter if they found your content. If they have now do not have trust in you because you've over optimized something, then there's no point in being found in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. Stick you off a screen share?
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Yep. Okay, cool. And, you know, and the last thing too, you're absolutely right, Ryan. You know, the last thing when we talked about last lesson as well too is you want to make sure you put your contact information in there, you know, phone number, website address. And, you know, that's basically it. That's how you optimize a video, at least one way to optimize a video. And plus last lesson, I think next lesson, we're going to have a continuation on some other things that you want to do that's going to, you know, set your video apart from everybody else. And as you've identified, you know, as long as you do it right, you know, Google and YouTube is always changing, but, you know, we're going to teach you the right way, and our courses are going to be relevant to what we know is working today, and we're going to, you know, continue to share that information with you guys.
Right, totally. All right, perfect. Well, that's all the time we have, and I think there's some great information. If you did not see the other video, it's the one just before this, and we'll include a link down in the description also if you're not able to find it easy enough. Michael, as always, I appreciate it, and hope you have a great weekend.
Thanks, Ryan. We'll talk to you soon. You too, buddy.
All right. Take care.